Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I am going to be discussing the news that broke yesterday as Ryan Ledson was named our new club captain for the new season, of course, alongside the new leadership group as well. I think it's been a topic of conversation, hasn't it, amongst us all for the last few weeks, even though all summer, since we found out obviously that Hogg was leaving, who was obviously our captain for many years. And yeah, we were all kind of debating amongst ourselves, but now obviously it's all been confirmed, and yeah, we're days away until the season begins. So yeah, exciting stuff indeed. Obviously, I'm going to be going through all the quotes from the Gaffer Lee Grant, what he had to say on why he decided to choose Ryan Ledson, and obviously the leadership group as well that is announced. And also Ryan Ledson himself had some really nice quotes that he came out with as well. So I'm going to cover those in today's video too. And I'll share my thoughts at the end as well. So yes, stay tuned for that. But before we do get into this topic today, make sure you do smash that like button for me. It would be much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Can we get to 1,100 subscribers very soon? Try and help me out there. And yes, I always love hearing from you in the comments as well. Always love hearing your thoughts. So you are a big part of this channel. You make the channel what it is, of course. So big up to every single one of you that do tune in and support the channel. And finally, if you haven't already, you know what I'm going to say. If you could please go and vote for me in the Football Content Awards for Best New Content Creator, it would mean so much to me as we try to get on that shortlist. It's about 2 weeks until the nominations close. I can't remember exactly the date. I'll get the date for the next video, but I can't remember. I'll put a link to vote in the description down below this video too. So yeah, you can just click the link and it goes straight to the voting page. In the nomination, obviously, if you put the channel name and then obviously my name after that, then it's more clearer for the person that's looking at the who's been nominated when they come through when it goes through to them on their side. But yeah, thank you so much to anyone who has voted so far. But please keep spreading the word for me about it, and much appreciated to everyone that's supporting. And thank you so much. But look, let's get into it then in today's video. So look, Huddersfield Town have confirmed Ryan Ledson is our new captain. The new arrival from Preston will take on the armband from our former Terrier, Jonathan Hogg, who was released this summer. Ledson was selected as skipper by manager Lee Grant, with the players also asked to vote for a leadership group to support the new captain in his duties. The players selected for this, so this is the leadership group, were Marcus Harness, Mikel Miller, Murray Wallace, and Ben Wiles. So yeah, let's get into some quotes. What the gaffer had to say. Grant said in the club statement, "We wanted the squad to choose leaders who they had I can't say that, a lot of respect for, basically, and believing from day one. By including them in that process, they are now already holding each other to account." Yeah, I like that. Creating a bond and a new dynamic. I can't speak. Which is important to have in such a new group. And this is really good, isn't it? Obviously, I'll kind of analyze each kind of, well, not analyze, but I'll kind of discuss a little bit about each quote that I'm reading out here. But I like this. He's giving the initiative to the players. You know what I mean? He's saying, you vote for your leadership group. You know what I mean? And I just think, yeah, like you say, they are holding each other to account now as well. So we're making these decisions, creating a bond and a new dynamic, like you said. So it's important to have in a group. And so yeah, big up to Grant for deciding to do this way. He also went on to say, Ryan's leadership qualities speak for themselves, and his personality and professionalism were hugely appealing to us when recruiting him. Having held himself like a captain from day one, this is a responsibility we expect him to thrive with as he continues to lead both in voice and by action. Yeah, again, the gaffer just speaking facts, to be honest with you. I know what he's saying, I mean. He's got a good personality about him, which we've recruited. You know, the players that we've recruited have all got great personalities. You know, want to succeed and are winners. And you know, every player that we've signed really are leaders. Many of them are leaders that were brought in. So yeah, no, I like that. And like I said, professionalism. Yeah, Ryan. You know, he's definitely showed that throughout his career, hasn't he? So yeah, the boss just speaking facts. And yes, he obviously knows him more than we do because he's seen him on a regular basis. He also went and said the wider leadership group of Ben, Wiles, Mikel Miller, Marcus Harness, and Murray, alongside Ryan Ledson, has a good blend of players, both old and new, experienced and diverse outlooks and personalities. Together, they can set a tone across the dressing room that can help us build towards the winning culture we need to chase. We need to chase our goals this season. And of course, so that's the gaffer speaking. And look, I do agree with everything that he's saying, really. You know what I mean? He's just saying it how it is. I'm actually excited to hear what Lee Grant has to say ahead of our opening game. I think the press conference will be either tomorrow or it'll be Friday. I'm not sure when, actually. They might do it differently this year, but usually it should be tomorrow, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say. But yeah, I think he's got made a good point there. You know, the leadership group has got a good blend, but I'll share my thoughts on some of the choices of that in a moment. But first, let's get into the Ryan Ledson, who obviously had a few nice words to say. Obviously, his opening statement said, "It's a huge honour to be named captain of the club, and being the leader of this group means a great deal to both myself and my family. The significance of this role isn't lost on me, and I'll wear the armband with pride on each and every occasion I lead town out." That is the love, you know, that opening statement. I'm sure everybody else will agree, but that opening statement is just like music to our ears. Great words that you can tell he's not just saying it just to say it. He means it. He means every word that he's saying. I believe him, you know, and you know what I mean. He really does. It means a lot to him to be made captain. And like I said, I like the fact that he said, you know, look, I am going to wear that armband with pride on each and every occasion, you know, and that's what you want from your captain, don't you? You want that pride in your captain for wearing the armband. And yeah, no, great to hear and great words. He's honoured to be named our new captain. So yes, big up to Ryan. In the next quotes, he goes on to say, leadership shouldn't be something you only seek to bring when made captain. So it's a quality I try to display within every squad I've been part of throughout my career. Making sure we have a group that is close, believes in each other, and fights for the same goal is a non-negotiable. And it's my job to help maintain that each and every day. Again, just speaking facts, Ryan. Come on now. Great to hear him say that, you know what I mean? And I agree with what he said there, you know what I mean? It is important to have a close group, you know, who do believe in each other and they fight for the same goal. That is a non-negotiable, like I said, so I agree. And I love that he knows himself that it's his job to help maintain that the best he can each and every day. And that keeps the standards and the levels high. And that's what I like. So yeah, that's what you need. He also said to be elected into this position by the manager and coaching staff means the world, and I will look to repay their trust and confidence each and every day. Alongside Ben, Mikel, Marcus and Murray, we have a talented, ambitious and hungry group, and I won't allow our standards to slip as we work together to make this season the success we all want. Look, guys, what is that? This is captain material words right here, guys. I'm telling you now, and this is what we want to hear as fans, to hear these words. Of course, we want to see it on the pitch as well, but I'm sure he will in time show us that those leadership qualities got, on the field as well. But look, I just love that last bit. He won't allow the standards to slip. That's what we've been lacking at this football club for so long now. The standards have just dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped, mainly because of many of these fan base who just accept anything and everything that the club do, and clap the players off when they will lose it, when they were getting absolutely, thrashed left, right, and centre every single week. You know what I mean? When we were losing or dropping points against teams that we shouldn't have been, that doesn't help either. But when you've got a captain like this, at least the standards on the pitch is high. That's all that counts, really, isn't it? In my opinion, that's where that's where it kind of lies in terms of how the club progresses. If the standards are high on the pitch, then you'd like to think that more do come on board off the field as well. Look, I like to feel like I have high standards. I always want the best. I don't just want to settle for second best. And I always want to keep improving. I want the standards to remain high. But apparently, people that are like that in this fan base, like myself, are just negative and just constantly moaning, apparently. But that's not really the case. We just don't accept low standards, unlike many of this fan base. But look, my thoughts. Well, yeah, look, all great quotes by the gaffer and obviously Ryan Ledson himself. I really loved, reading these, yesterday, and obviously, you know what I mean. When it was announced, and then obviously today again, reading them again, it just brings, I don't know, it just brings a smile to my face. Just really, really nice words. To be honest with you. But look, my thoughts on this then. So look, I'm not surprised at all with Ledson becoming our new captain, to be honest with you. He was the first name, if you remember, if you've watched over the summer, he was the first name on top of my list to become the new skipper. And I'm really, really glad that Grant has given it him. Like I say, he's a natural leader, professionalism on and off the field. He's showcased that throughout his career. He'll obviously he'll really lead by example in that dressing room, on and off the field as well, though, but not just in the dressing room. And he's shown that wherever he's played. You know what I mean? Full of experience. And he comes across as a guy who I feel like the squad will be able to really look up to really fully, like a Jonathan Hogg figure. You know what I mean? I do believe he's that kind of guy. He seems, obviously I don't know him, but he seems quite a nice guy who's very approachable, you know what I mean? Who can be that role model for the squad. And also somebody that, if anyone in the squad wants advice or support, then Ryan will be there first to you know what I mean, to offer that. So yeah, I just really, really like this. I just really like that Grant's chosen Ledson for sure. I also like the way, obviously, how it was all done by the club, in terms of announcing the captain and the leadership group, bringing all the squad in together in the same room. That's what you need to do. And the gaffer obviously doing his speech to the group before announcing his decision on the captain and leadership group. And then asking Ledson himself if he had any comments and thoughts he wanted to share with the group and himself about being made captain. It was very classy. I loved how the club did that, in my opinion. And like I said, the fact that Grant allowed the squad to choose the leadership group as well, it shows that he's handing the initiative over to them and allowing them to choose players that they feel is going to be best suited and best fit to take us forward. So yeah, I really, really like that. I think what I will say about the leadership group, though, which I did sound a few thoughts on, is that I am surprised at some of the names. I know it was voted by obviously the squad, but I mean, personally, I don't really see Ben Wiles as a leader. And I know many people out there feel the same way because I've seen it on social media. But I feel the same way, because when we were going through difficult spells last season, where was Ben Wiles then? You know what I mean? In terms of stepping up and taking the lead. And you know what I mean? And if you look at him individually as a player, how amount of times he dipped in and out of games and he was hiding behind opponents. That's not a leader to me, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. And bearing in mind, he was available every week in, week out for us, really, wasn't he? So he was there throughout the full season. And obviously, when we went through the difficult spells we did, he was there, but he didn't really show those leadership skills. I didn't see any kind of, I know really the captain of, like vocal captains nowadays, they're kind of going out more and more out of game, aren't they? You know what I mean? Like proper captains that are vocal. Them have kind of dwindled a little bit out of the game, and we'll probably see over the years that they'll just completely not, captains will be less and less vocal. But I don't think he was that vocal last season either. But for me, I think Ledson will be a vocal captain though, for me. I think. I don't know what you guys think out there, but I think Ledson will be. I think he's a proper old school captain, and I think he'll keep to, you know what I mean? He'll just keep to the same level of what he's shown in the past in terms of his captain material skills, if you could say so. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, you know what I'm saying. But look, back to the leadership group. Yeah, so Ben Wiles is a strange one for me. I can understand why he's gone for Miller and Wallace. Obviously, Miller, yes. Obviously, I do see him as a bit of a leader. You know what I mean? Obviously, he was injured a lot last season again. But yeah, I think he does show that. I do feel like he get that leadership vibe from him, really. Wallace, we know his experience. He's full of experience. He's brought in with him back to the club on his return. And yeah, he's definitely a player that I always thought it would be one of the part of the leadership group, because yeah, he's been captain in the past, and he's a leader. He's a leader, and he can help the younger lads. He can help, he can help all the younger lads, give them best advice and lead by example. That's what he's done all his career, really, hasn't he? He's been a professional on the field. So, but for me, I think maybe Harness, I'm not so sure about that one again. That you see, obviously he sees them in training every day, doesn't he, Grant? So he's you know what I mean? He's made that judgment on he's kind of made that judgment. I'm sure, obviously, I know the squad did vote for who they wanted in the leadership group. I'm sure Grant did have a little bit of an input and just kind of shared his thoughts, maybe to help, the squad decide. But I don't know. But I'm slightly surprised, though. I don't know if anybody else is, but I'm slightly surprised that Lowe and Gooch weren't part of that leadership group, because because for me, I think they're players that did come, Lowe, I believe does stand out to me as a real leader and a captain. And I think Gooch, again, he's had experience, he's full of experience, and he's been a captain before, and he's led by example, and, he's professional, throughout his career as well. So I don't really understand. But again, the squad have made the decision, and that's it. But I did want to share my thoughts on it, guys. So yeah, more or less happy with everything, though, to be honest with you. And I'm certainly very, very happy that Ledson is our new captain. I'm sure he will do us very proud in this role indeed. So there we have it, guys. That is the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you do smash that like button if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment your thoughts down below on what you make of the captain, Ryan Ledson, and the new leadership group as well. So yes, that's it for today. As Ryan Ledson becomes our new club captain, let's see what the season brings, which is now just days away. We are counting down 24, 48, 72 hours to go until we kick off our season against Leyton Orient at home. Bring it on, and the match previews are back on Friday nights as well, so can't wait for that, the previews and reviews to be back. Hopefully much happier and more better times this season, rather than the same repetitive nature of what I was saying every single week last season, and it was just draining in the end, wasn't it? But anyway, we're not going back to last season. We're in the present. We're looking to the future, and there we have it. So yes, take care, everybody. Thanks so much for your support, for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon for another video. And as always, up the town, Lee Grant, Barmy Army. Goodbye for now.